I am Phoenix on Purpose, and this is Purpose Not Permission. If you're new here, welcome and thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the topic. And if you're listening to the audio version only on my podcast, be sure to download all episodes and leave it a 5-star rating. So the topic of this video is, what is a high value woman or a high value man? High value does not necessarily equate to high dollars, high net worth, high bank account balance. That's not necessarily high value. A high value man or a woman has high characteristic traits, has high value moral characters, has a high value system that they operate on. They will not scam, steal, rob, lie in order to get by in life. They are walking in purpose. A high value person has a list of do's and don'ts. A high value person knows that walking with God, letting God guide them, lead them, putting God first in life is the most important thing. Yes, you absolutely need to make money. Money makes the world go round. You have to pay your bills. You have to be a responsible adult, right? You have to take care of your children. You have to take care of the necessities of life. But a high value person has high value traits, qualities, and characteristics that define them. Their bank account balance does not define them. That's the icing on the cake. There has to be a foundation established first, and that's how you reach your high net worth, right? A high value man or a woman is someone who is mindful of the company that they keep. They don't allow just anyone in their circle. They're not surrounded by just anyone. They won't go just anywhere. A high value person has set rules and standards for themselves, right? High value. Again, a person walking in purpose, being led by God. This internet has this high value thing, this high value man and woman, these definitions and this title that was created by a gentleman who, again, in my eyes, was not high value. Yes, he had a lot of valuable information to share with the world, a lot of value that he could have provided on his platform in a much more mature way, in my personal opinion. That gentleman had a lot to say regarding building yourself up as a person, as a human being, man or woman, women, losing weight, women, being realistic about who we are in life and who we're qualified to date, partner with, or marry. Yes, a lot of those things were true. The delivery was horrific. The way that that gentleman lived his personal life, in my opinion, did not match the words that he said out of his mouth. And that is very important when it comes to a high value man or a woman. What you will and won't do, who you will and will not partner with or hook up with, whether or not the world is watching. God is watching you, knowing that the way you carry yourself, your character, your morals, your standards, your movements, your actions, your words need to all be in alignment, right? Knowing that walking with imposter syndrome has nothing to do with high value or high character. Having an overinflated ego has nothing to do with high value or high character. An overinflated ego is someone who usually is very highly insecure. Walking with imposter syndrome means that you haven't done your personal work. You're unsure of yourself or your purpose or your path in this life, or you're being led down the wrong road by the wrong person. You're paying attention to the wrong influence. Being a high value person, man or woman, again, has absolutely nothing to do with your dollar amount in your bank account. A lot of people have amassed wealth and they are not of high value or high character. A lot of people have very questionable behavior that is not high value or high character, in my personal opinion. A high value person is respectful to other human beings. You treat everyone with respect, no matter what position they hold in life. They could be the janitor, they could be the maid or butler, the cleaning person. They can be a homeless man on the street. They can be the cashier at your local grocery store. You treat everyone respectful. You never know who you're talking to in life. You never know who you may meet. You never know who may have a positive or affirming word from you. Every human being has value. Doesn't matter what title or position they hold. You treat everyone with respect and kindness. Everyone, a high value person. There's some personal things that I am not going to share. A high value person allows every individual to have their own individuality. We do not own other human beings, even if you are in partnership or relationship. Even if you are interested in dating someone and being in partnership or relationship, we do not control other human beings. We have no right to dictate the behaviors of other human beings. You allow people to be who they are, and then you make decisions on whether or not you want to partner with them, be friends with them, usher them into your life, have them around you. You make all those decisions. You do not make attempts to control other human beings. A high value person does not follow or stalk other human beings. A high value person does not invade the privacy of other human beings. High value, high character. Again, high value people are great communicators. High value people have done their personal unpacking and healing work. They are able to articulate themselves properly. They are able to have great conversation with other human beings. They are able to articulate how they feel and do it in a manner that is not disrespectful, degrading, or disagreeable, with other human beings. It's okay to disagree with other human beings. It's okay to agree to disagree, right? Because again, we're all different. We all have different lifestyles. We all have different personality traits. We all have different characteristics, different ways that we handle our lives, different ways of being, wanting the best for humanity and for society, wanting people to be happy and wanting to be someone who's a great role model and a lead, speaks to your high value characteristics and traits, right? Really wanting to see Black love, really wanting to see more Black nuclear families, really wanting to see less babies born out of wedlock, and wanting to see more marriages, but that's not in the cards for everyone. It's not everyone's decision. It's not what everyone wants. That's great, but I speak to that often because I think it's needed. I think it's necessary. I see far too many broken homes where the children suffer. But again, the gentleman who created the term high value woman or high value man, I don't know if he created the term, but it's something that came out of his mouth often. And then the term took off on the internet like wildfire. But in my opinion, that gentleman himself was not high value, was not of high value or high character. The way he conducted himself with his antics, his delivery, and the way that he would disrespect people in general all over this internet. There are a lot of people, right, on platforms and stages on this internet who speak very unfavorably about Black women. It speaks volumes about the relationship that they have with their own mother, with the other Black women that are in their families, in their dynamics, the Black women who they've dated, the Black women who they've come in contact with. I understand that, again, there are plenty of men and women in this world who are toxic and who display toxic behaviors. I think there are plenty of platforms on this internet that promote enough positive, healthy, holistic content in an attempt to heal other human beings, because a lot of us do not seek our own therapy, our own healing, so we spew dysfunction and toxicity all over this internet. A high value person is someone who tries to quell that chaotic, toxic behavior. A high value person does not continue to perpetuate chaos and toxicity all over the internet. A high value person is someone who is a role model, someone who you'd want your children to be around, whether or not they are your children's uh, parents. A high value person is someone who you want your children to watch or look up to. A high value individual is someone who you'd want to learn from personally, someone who you'd want to model your life after. A high value person. It does not matter how many houses they have, how many cars they can buy. They can have 15 cars, 12 watches, uh, 15 houses, 12,000 pairs of shoes. They can have a vast wardrobe. They can have a wide real estate portfolio. They can have a bunch of jewelry. They can have a whole lot of material things and a very high net worth, a very high dollar amount in their bank account. That does not necessarily make them high value, high character, high morals. Now, again, we all come from different starting points in life. We all come from different backgrounds, different foundations, different family ties, different ways that we've had to cope with life. So your past does not necessarily dictate your future. Your past does not necessarily define you. There has to come a time when we all wake up in life, right? And become conscious and become consciously aware of our actions, how they impact other people, what our subconscious programming is. A high value person has done all of that work. They're very aware of who they are, how they impact the world, what their subconscious mind tells them, how their subconscious thoughts and thinking works, how that subconscious is then brought to their conscious, which then dictates their actions, which then projects who they are in the world to other human beings. High value, man or woman, no matter your color, no matter your ethnicity, no matter your background, no matter your starting point in life. We all had to come from, whatever backgrounds we come from. A lot of us come from very dark places, and we've had to work really hard to undo and unlearn, right? A lot of things, unpack a lot of our ways of being. Once we do that work and we decide, okay, you know what? I had it wrong. I was doing it wrong. I was shown wrong. I was taught wrong. I was led wrong. I was following the wrong role models. I was looking up to the wrong people. I didn't know right. I didn't know myself. I didn't know, whatever it was that I didn't know, or whatever it was that I did know. Oh, okay. I didn't know this wasn't the right way to go, right? It's unlearning. It's unlearning. It's a lot of unlearning. It's a lot of unpacking. It's a lot of mistakes. It's a lot of falling down and getting back. On the outside is what defines you. Nothing at all. Those are, again, the icing on the cake. Thanks for joining, love. That's all icing on the cake. All your outward aesthetics. Yes, it's great to be attractive. It's great to be a person who presents yourself well to the public. It is great that you are walking in your purpose. It's great to be someone who is able to build platforms, amass wealth, create whatever business model you create and have it be uber successful and recoup a profit. All those things are great. They don't speak to your character. They don't speak to your values. They don't speak to your morals. They don't speak to the way you treat people, how you treat yourself, what you feed yourself, mind, body, and soul, what you watch, what you pay attention to. I've had to watch a lot of toxic platforms and toxic behavior in order to get in my 10,000 hours and beyond, right? To do my studying and my homework to learn what this world had to offer, to learn what it was that I was looking at, to study, learn, and understand people. I've never had this wide of a world view with learning, understanding the mindsets and different people, how we act, where we come from, what dictated those behaviors, what started those behaviors, what caused them, what continues to perpetuate those behaviors, right? I've had to do my learning work. I've had to do my own unpacking work, my own healing work, hiring a personal therapist for over 3 years. For over 3 years now, I've been going to therapy consistently for over 3 years now. The frequency is not so much. I don't need so many visits now per month. The frequency has slowed down, but I have learned a ton, grown a ton, done my own unpacking work, right? To get rid of a lot of my toxicity, undo a lot of my old ways, reprogram my subconscious mind and thoughts with a lot of things that I thought I was doing right, was taught better, but chose to follow toxic role models, right? Having to separate, having to isolate, having to redefine what I want for friendship, what I want for partnership, what I will and will not tolerate in my life, having to reconnect with God, go back to my upbringing and my foundation, knowing that needing to put God first is always what has worked in my life and what continues to work, and knowing that putting God first for me is not up for debate. I look to God for guidance. I look to God for leadership. I look to my inner God, right, to dictate my behaviors out in this world, right? Those are high value characteristics of men and women. Again, it has absolutely nothing to do with your dollar amount. It has absolutely nothing to do with how many men you attract, ladies. It has absolutely nothing to do with how many women you attract, gentlemen. It has nothing to do with how many partners you can sleep with or how many, people you can purchase, right? It has nothing to do with any of those outward external things. It is very difficult to be someone who is in this world, but not of this world, right? That's what I've had to learn about myself. It is very difficult. It is very difficult to have what I feel is a mindset that is very, that is not the dominant mindset on this internet. Absolutely. The highest form of knowledge is the study of our own heart and mind. Thank you for that comment, Sacred Grove, and good evening to you as well. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I see you guys. And thank you for the comments. Yes, the highest form of knowledge is the study of our own heart and mind. Having a poverty mindset is not a high value man or a woman. A poverty mindset, poverty of the thoughts, poverty of the words that come out of our mouth, poverty of the subject matters that we are entertained by or that we pay attention to on a regular basis, the gossip, the beef, the reality television, ladies slapping each other upside the head, toxic relationships, dysfunctional, abusive relationships, putting our hands on other people, cursing people out. That is not high value characteristics or traits. And there are plenty of people with high bank accounts who perpetuate that behavior all over social media and in society. High value does not mean high dollar. A man can be a blue collar worker who works his way up to his own level of net worth, who works his way up in the ranks to start something for himself, incorporate his own business, become his own boss, become uber successful, and do it the right way, building brick by brick, not stealing, robbing, scamming other people. That's high value. Someone who is willing to do the work, build their own brick by brick, slowly, right? And use that money to then have that money make money for you. Invest in real estate. Do something, where you're investing your money some kind of way, some stocks, some investment vehicle to make your money make money for you, right? High value. Again, it has nothing to do, it does not start top bottom with, okay, I have money now I'm high value. Oh, I'm over 6 feet tall, now I'm high value. Oh, I'm packing, now I'm high value. I can lay it down in the bedroom, now I'm high value. Oh, I attract all these men, now I'm high value. No, what's up here and what's in here? What is in between your ears? What is in your heart? What's in your soul? How does your soul speak for you? How do you show up in the world? How do you dress? How do you present yourself? What do you perpetuate with your aura in this world? When you open your mouth, do you have something tangible to say? Do you have fruit? Do you have fruit? Are you bearing fruit with the words that you speak? And then again, not just the words that you speak, the actions that you live, the actions that you take. Do you have good things, to sow into the world, to give back to someone else, to show a younger generation coming up, or to show your peers, okay, this is what we should be talking about. This is what we should be thinking. This is the way that it should be done. Or are we just on the internet tearing down the lives of others, gossiping and talking about others, talking about, oh, this person's getting a divorce, oh, this person had a baby, oh, this person cheated on that person, oh, this person was in a fight, and this person was. That's poverty mind. Those are poverty words. Those are poverty thoughts. Those are poverty actions. Those are poverty behaviors. Exactly. The devil also promises pleasure and lavish things, but it always comes with a price. That's what I mean. Thank you for that comment, Sacred Grove. The devil also promises pleasure and lavish things, but it always comes with a price. Yeah. Satan rewards a lot of us for our bad behavior. Lucy always comes to collect. God consciousness, God actions, God thoughts, inner God words, the way you speak to yourself, the way you treat others, the way you treat yourself. All those things, they matter. Our words matter. Our language matters. Our presentation matters. Putting yourself together and not being sloppy in front of the world, that matters. How you show up all the time, that matters, right? That is high value. You can build upon a foundation. Once that foundation is laid and set, you can make money. You can get brand deals or build a business or whatever it is, right, to amass your wealth. But it has to start with a rock solid foundation of who you are as a person. There has to be a list of what you will and won't do. What won't you do for $1, right? What won't you do for $1? Yeah, it definitely matters. All of it matters. Thank you for that comment. That's a high value question. What won't you do for $1? Who won't you be around? What platform will you not be a part of? What job opportunity or whatever opportunity it is will you turn down if it is not in alignment with you and who you are? Who won't you promote? Who won't you stand next to? Right? Those are the high value questions to ask yourself. Your character, what you say, what you do, what you allow, who you are around, even the way you spend your money. Again, from the top of this conversation to the end, materialism. It is a problem in Black American culture. We don't have enough wealth to go around, let alone to overspend on materialistic things that do not matter. I do the majority of my shopping at Ross. The majority of my clothing comes from Ross. I don't care how much money I ever make. I am never going to not shop at Ross. Never. I like paying low dollar and dressing high low when it comes to clothing. I don't want to have on an outfit that costs more than my net worth. I don't want handbags that cost more than my net worth, right? I just don't. I'm not interested in certain designer handbags. I'm just not. I feel like they're a waste of money. I feel like all of the materialism is a problem. We are promoting materialism to the young generation, and they are killing themselves with these illusional lifestyles, thinking that this is what they need to acquire to in order to be labeled, aspire to, sorry, that materialism is what they should be aspiring to, and those things and trinkets are what they should be looking to acquire in order to label themselves high value or high character, and that is not it. And us promoting that is destructive to our youth. Our youth needs to be learning financial literacy, mental health. They need to be taking that more seriously. Our youth needs to be learning physical wellness and well-being, how to handle themselves, how to eat, to live, and not just for pleasure. Our youth needs to be learning how to manage their emotions, how to not be so upset and make rash decisions that cost them their livelihoods, right? And have them wind up going to prison or losing their life. Our youth needs to be learning how to carry themselves out here in this world. Our young ladies need to be learning how to respect themselves and not lay down with just any man and have babies for just any man. There are so many things that the next generation below us needs to be learning, and they need to see more positive role models and positive examples, not just a bunch of materialism and trinkets all over social media, and aspire to live this illusional lifestyle, because most of what we see on social media is not real. It is debt. It is a whole bunch of illusions. Debt, a whole lot of it is debt, 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 debt is all I see when I look at social media. I'm wondering what those lifestyles are costing. A lot of people do not have the things that you think they have. They truly don't. A lot of things are leased, borrowed, gifted, promotions, all those things. And our younger generation does not need to be aspiring to those things. That is what makes a high value man or a woman, right? If you're watching the YouTube replay, exactly. We used to have decorum and charm schools in the 1950s and 60s. I advocate the return of that. I'm reading a comment here on my YouTube live stream. Yes, I agree with you. There needs to be more class, decorum, etiquette. Again, mental health, emotional well-being, managing your emotions, cooking classes, nutrition school, right? Sex education, financial literacy, all those things, right, need to be reinforced. Not a bunch of materialism and all these fake titles of high value man and woman when a lot of these people really are low character and low class, low quality, right? So, yeah, if you're watching the YouTube replay, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the topic. Again, always remember that my YouTube videos, are streamed live and they are posted immediately. You have to wait a couple days for the podcast replay. But if you are listening to the audio version only on my podcast, make sure you are downloading all episodes and giving it a 5-star rating. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Love, travel, and manifest. Live your life of purpose without asking anyone else for permission. And in case no one told you today, I love you and I will check in with you soon.
Thank you for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications, and I'll catch you in the next video.